I'm Heidi McDonald, the editor-in-chief of The Beat, and we are back. We're back. We're back under the big top. We're here for the excitement, for the sweat, for the COVID, for everything. And we want to thank our sponsor for our coverage this year, Mad Cave. And it just so happens that I'm standing here with Mark London, who is the CEO of Mad Cave. How long have you been around?
We've been around for 7 years, but we really kicked off everything when we got into Diamond to be distributing our comic books. I think that 2 years before it was actually just getting all the project up and running, meeting the right people. So I would probably say 7 years, but 5 years, going strong.
Right.
Yes.
Starting a comics publishing company, are you crazy? Why? No, why did you want to do it?
Well, the name of the publisher should tell you something, that we're a little crazy. But yes, it's not easy, but I guess when you have mind-like people that really love what we're doing and really love comics, and I think it makes everything easier. So we do it. A lot of comics people, they will just tell you oh, we don't do it for the money, we do it because we love it. Again, yes, that's a big part, but also we have to pay the bill somehow. So
right. We joke about that quite a bit. That how do you make a small fortune in comics? You start with a large fortune, but comics are doing incredibly well.
Yes.
Over the course of the pandemic. How were your sales over the pandemic?
Well, it was hard because, as everybody knows, Diamond shut down for 3 months, and we were really it set us back. I'm not gonna lie, but. We kept on working. We were not one of those companies that we wanted to just furlough people or pencil down or everything. Actually, the pandemic was a blessing for us because we were able to bank in a lot of content. Mm-hmm. So luckily, Mad Cave has books well into 2024. Mm-hmm. So again, that was kind of a big problem for us, but we have the books.
And the readership is huge right now. The interest in it is tremendous. Is there a log line for Mad Cave? Do you publish horror? Do you publish, science fiction? What do you publish?
I would like to say that we have a book for everybody, depending on what you want. We're not the type of publisher that is just going to work out of a box and be okay. We like horror, we like sci-fi. No, we have a book for everyone. So it just depends. We like to tackle different themes and different genres in our stories, but it's always have to be, well made out books with quality, with a lot of design elements by them. So I guess that, again, we have a book for everyone.
Mm-hmm, right. Yeah. Well, that's great. Just publishing good books is a really great goal to have. Mm-hmm. What are some of the books that you're especially proud of?
Always, we started with Battle Cats, which basically has 4 volumes. Mm-hmm. So that was what kicked off the company, and we got a lot of loyal fans. But books that I'm really, really proud of, we have to be Nottingham. Also because it was made by 2 talent search winners. Mad Cave Studios does a talent search every year. And having a book like this by 2 unknowns that actually love this, because as we know, breaking into comics is so hard, but giving the shot to 2 unknowns and then they come out swinging out of the gate. And Nottingham it's a dark twist on the Robin Hood tale. We have to be kind of like a noir kind of thing, but basically you don't know who are the good guys, who are the bad guys, but really the sheriff of Nottingham it's on a trail of a serial killer, and then Robin Hood, the Merry Men. So I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't read it, but it's so interesting and so fun.
Yeah. What is Battle Cats about? I'm assuming there are cats.
Yes.
And there's a battle?
Then there's a battle, yes. Feline cats doing battle, yes. Fighting for power and for territory in this new world that has politics and ideals and religion and all that good stuff.
Well, many comics publishers have discovered that you're never going to go broke publishing comics about cats.
Yes. You're absolutely right about that.
Now you're branching out though. We have noticed that Mad Cave is on the move. Uh-huh. You are definitely rising in the ranks and hiring more people and expanding your line, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. We had a huge growth spurt this year. We actually got at the end of last year, we got our VP of Business Development, and Mad Cave is now looking into licensing, and now Mad Cave is going to create her own work because at the beginning, Mad Cave kind of designed all its books, and we kind of did our own thing, and we got a lot of good writers and good artists to just come and collaborate on our ideas and everything. But now we open the gates to get create our own work, and that has been tremendous success. Next year we're starting with Damp and Ocean's John Tiffany. It's coming out in March, and the licensing stuff is also coming.
All right, so there's a lot more coming. What is your background? What did you do before Mad Cave? Oh, now come on, tell us, Mark. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I was business administration. I have an MBA, so I was doing my thing with development and construction, and also pharmaceuticals. And but I mean, comics have always been my passion. Movies, animation, video games, and that's really what I wanted to do. So then I kind of started taking courses to writing some screenplays. I actually had something that I wanted to pitch to Hollywood when we had this team with some producers that they were going to take it all the way, but then everything like that is so hard and it fell apart. But then it was like, no, you know what, I'm kind of going to be doing my own thing, so I will just do self-publishing work. And then I started writing a few scripts and then met a few artists, and we started building a few APs, and then the rest is history.
It is an incredibly welcoming community in comics. I mean, it really is a community, isn't it?
Yes.
And I mean, is that part of why you've stuck with it and been doing it?
Absolutely. I mean, I've met so many great people in comics that I was actually overwhelmed at first. Like, it was so hard first to start because actually I was like very self-aware. Like, okay, like you're asking, like a lot of people are just like, well, I do have a background in creative writing, or I do have a background in the Joe Kubert School, or I've been doing this for years, or for 30 years I've been writing.
I was 13 and I was
exactly something like that, and then you're like, one day you woke up and be like, okay, this is my passion. I really, really want to do it. But actually, people have been so supportive, and they have actually given us a shot. And because of that, I think that's really what has lit our fire to try to have a publisher proud, that treat people right, that want to work with people and actually just like treat them right and make great comics.
Well, that is a great goal to have. Now we're back at Comic-Con. I mean, I've seen you set up at some other shows. What's the craziest thing that ever happened to you at Comic-Con?
There was actually like a group of people that they were saying that they wanted the autograph, so they kind of just like unbuttoned their shirt and be just like, okay, can I get your autograph? I mean, right here. So yes, that was a little rowdy that day, and it was like, and actually that happened on the first convention, and I was like, oh my God, is this gonna be the rest of my life? And it was like, luckily, I mean, it hasn't happened, and now we COVID and everything, and the mask people are just like keep their distance. But yeah, that's really the first year.
That's a pretty good story, dude. I mean, usually I ask people and they're just like, oh, I got lost one time. So
right.
that's good. That's good.
Yeah. It was. I mean, I was intimidated as hell.
Yeah. Well, there's more to come on all of that, I'm sure. And I do look. I will say, Mad Cave is our sponsor this year. We are very, very, very. Thank you so much. And for supporting comics journalism. I mean, it really, I appreciate any publisher who steps up to do that. But also, when you came in, I was like, oh, I'm really happy for that, because we do notice, at the beat, and I do feel we will be hearing a lot more from Mad Cave.
Absolutely, that's the plan. But anyway, thank you so much, Adi. I mean, your support has always helped us a lot, and again, we're grateful.
All right, well, that's great. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for your time, Mark.
No, thank you very much.
And happy Comic-Con.
Yes, happy Comic-Con.